Hey there, Magic One. Welcome to your tarot reading for the week. I really hope that you are staying blessed. I've just called in to say a big hi and to let you know what I've been working on. I'm actually currently chipping away at the March monthly tarot readings. Yes, chipping away because it does take a lot of time. So I'll be releasing them across the next 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully 2. So keep an eye out for your sign. There's also extended versions of those available this time round. So if the message really resonates for you and perhaps you don't want to get a personal reading, you can, for a very small donation, jump into a more deep and clarified version of that reading. So all the details will be in the reading. When you see your sign pop up, you can find that out. If you do want a personal reading or healing, I am available for those, and you'll find the link to my website down below where you can arrange that. The doors are always open to the initiation. That is my immersive Learn Tarot journey. Should you want to really learn to connect more deeply with your own intuition and guide yourself, I'd love to take you on that journey with me. But for now, I am wishing you a week of love and magic. Thanks for joining me for your reading. Let's head across now. Sagittarius, welcome to your tarot reading for February 28th to March the 6th. Let's see what may be on the cards for you. I've got the 9 card block here. 3 cards for the recent past and situation, 3 for where you are right now, your focus this week, and 3 for your near future outcome. Got a selection of oracle cards, a lead tarot energy, and I've turned over the bottom of the deck for you as well. This week, Saggy, I am getting busy with the Sacred Creator oracle, the Moonology oracle, and I have a lead tarot energy here from the Moonchild Tarot. I'm using the Star Child Tarot here as well from Danielle Knoll, and the good old classic Radiant Rider-Waite for the main tarot energies. Saggy, yeah, I'm loving this energy for you. It feels like you are firing up into that final judgment. It is time for things to come to a head. I'm excited. I think you're facing a huge ending, personally, from what I'm seeing here in the cards. So let's jump in. The first one out was, what does your soul say, Saggy? This is not a time to necessarily weigh directly on your intellect and think your way through the situation. This is a time to feel your way through the situation, to perceive your way, to intuit your way through. Because when we try and think our way through situations, we can make decisions based on what we might think is best for others, because we feel bad, because we feel obligated, and sometimes we need to do what our soul says, right? What just feels like the direction of the heart. Now, the next card is Creator, Fire. This is fire energy. You are fire. So what does your soul say to do? Well, to take action. Fire energy is associated with passion, with action, with potential. And we have, your energy here as the King of Wands, sitting at the center of this reading. So it's time to level up, to lead the situation, to take action, the action that your soul is really guiding you to take. Now, the Moonology card is conclusions are in reach. I mean, heck yes, they are, Saggy, with Judgment, Death card, 10 of Wands. I think we're coming to final closure, and it is transformative closure, right? The Death card also is a card of transformation, and this is eclipse energy. So we also have the moon in the reading. So it feels like things are coming to a head, like a fiery climax here. 5 of Swords is your lead tarot energy. And this is a conflicted energy, Sag. You may have literally been dealing with conflict in your life. As an energy, though, the 5 of Swords for me is kind of like this fighting a losing battle energy. So you might have been investing a lot of time, effort, and energy trying to stay in a situation that really is out of balance for you, right? So many of us will resist endings, and we'll do everything we can. Like, we'll actually buy into an illusion. We'll, tell ourselves, no, this is fine, this is my lot, this is what I committed to. We'll do all sorts of things to try and stay in situations that aren't meant for us. But I think that you're kind of taking off those rose-tinted glasses this week, Saggy, and seeing things for how they are. Now, for many of you, this may be playing out in job or career. We've got 3 cards of Pentacle here, which can indicate we're dealing in that area. But, I mean, the Ten of Pentacles, I guess, can be completion of a secure environment as well, which can also be our home front. So you might be selling a home, dissolving a live-in relationship, or ending job and career or chapter in your career. That's what I feel the themes are here. So let's jump into the tarot block, Sag. We've got 6 of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Knight of Swords in the recent past. So the Moon for me is Cancer, Pisces. The Knight of Swords is Gemini. You may or may not be dealing with those signs, but the energy is here. Now the 6 of Pentacles is the situation that is out of balance, right? In this card we see the Beggars and the Emperor, right? Poverty and richness. You know, polarity, extremes, extreme polarity. So I feel like the situation was out of balance for you. You might have been dealing with somebody who was giving you just enough of what you needed to stay there, right? Just enough love, just enough money, just enough recognition to kind of keep you interested, to keep you strung along like the carrot that's being dangled, but never giving you enough to make you feel empowered, to make you feel fully satisfied. So it's time to kind of break away from this control and come back into balance, all right? With the Knight of Swords here, a few different things. It can mean that you're dealing with someone who, when they're out of balance, they could be unreasonable, irrational, illogical, somebody who's a little bit harsh and hasty. Yeah, harsh and hasty. Yeah, you could be dealing with someone who's argumentative as well, just saying. The Moon here kind of says to me that, you know, the situation has caused you a lot of paranoia and anxiety. And it might be that you couldn't really see the path out of it. But I really feel that you are breaking through the illusion and bringing awareness, conscious awareness to a situation is really the first stage of finding the path ahead, because when we actually see things for what they are rather than what we want to see or want to believe, we can then really make a clear decision. Is that in alignment for me? Is that the energy I want? Am I being true to myself? Am I being empowered? And from that place, we can make a really conscious decision, right? And just maybe, even though this feels like really edgy and maybe a bit messy, the cards are saying it's a hidden blessing for you. That's the Moon energy, and your intuition is bang on, so you can trust that. Now, the current or focus energy, Sag, we've got 10 of Wands, King of Wands, and Judgment. King of Wands can be a Leo energy, but I really feel that it signifies you in this reading, Saggy. Stepping into King energy, which is somebody who is taking control and leadership of their life and stepping into authority in that way to liberate themselves from this final judgment. Judgment is the second to last major arcana in the sequence, and it really says, Saggy, that it's the last call, right? If we end this situation, we're not coming back. There's no second chances. This is the last call, okay? If you do decide to stay, because you have free will, you can do whatever you want. But you have to acknowledge that you will get more of the same. Unless there is the fundamental work of transformation from all parties involved, we will get the same result. That is just the energetic equation of how things work. Like energy, you know, gives like outcomes. There is a feeling that the situation that you've been in has really held you stuck or confined. I always notice how these people here are launching out of these small, dark, prison-like spaces. And I always say it's the devil energy in there. And the devil energy is what is keeping us bound to a situation rather than liberating from it. So it could be that we're addicted to the pattern of not getting what we deserve because maybe we grew up with that and that's what feels safe and comfortable for us. Maybe it's given you the excuse to play smaller, so you haven't been had to step into your power and be fully responsible for your life. Could be because of codependency or something like that, or your own sneaky self-limiting beliefs. But it feels like you are really awakening to your worth, Saggy, and rising above. And as vulnerable as that feels, I think that liberation is what you are going to choose this time round, to step into some kind of, it's a rebirth energy. This is an awakening energy, and it's a being guided from beyond energy as well. Because the situation not only has kept you playing small, but it feels like burnout energy, burden energy, and it's become the weight that you carry. And it's interesting, like there's a real message here of when we're in the thick of a situation, might be a toxic relationship, might be that, you know, we're working really, really hard at the job, getting overworked or overwhelmed. We can't see out of it, right? We can't see the forest for the trees because we are fully immersed in that energetic frequency. If you're struggling with that, take a moment out if you can this week, and it might just be, you know, an hour to go for a walk in nature, or, you know, if you're living metro, just pop some nature sounds on or something, go for a walk in total presence. Try and be really present in every step and every breath, because when we just create that moment of disconnection, that moment to step away, we can often begin to see clearly and see the reality and see through illusion. So that's what I feel like, you know, you're needing to do here. And from that place, then we can take action, the fiery action, right? Create a fire, and we can do better. We can decide better. So the King of Wands is you stepping into your power. It is you being really discerning here as to what you're wanting to engage with based on what kind of future that you want, right? So I'm reading Becoming Supernatural from Joe Dispenza at the moment, and he talks about, you know, the predictable past will create a known future unless we really step into the eternal now and bring awareness to the situation and basically break the loop, break the cycle, and choose something else, right? Run a different frequency. So I feel like that's what you're needing to do here. The King of Wands always, for me, is like a coming out energy as well. Like, always notice how he's sitting there and it's like got these brightly colored clothes. He's like sitting there proud. He's like being a Leo, like a Leo, vibing Leo energy, which is, you know, like I'm just unapologetically me and all of my dramatic glory. And so it could be that you've suppressed certain parts of yourself while you're in this situation. Maybe your full talents, maybe your full creativity, eccentricity, maybe your sexuality even. Like, this is about you owning all of who you are and being that in the world now, because when you're aligned to your truth, Sag, you know, and you're fully authentic, that is when you will get the best results in your life. That's when you'll attract aligned life partners. That's when you will, you know, attract the right kind of job for you. That's when you'll get success, because other people sense that in you. So down here in the outcome, I've got the Eight of Pentacles, Three of Wands, and I have the Death card, Scorpio energy. So it feels like we are building towards transformation and an ending, okay? The Eight of Pentacles is known as the Worker card. It could mean that, you know, it feels like a bit of hard work to go through this process. However, you know, I think that you're going to be really proud of what you're doing here, and you know that you're actually carving out a new path just for you, right? And in the direction that you want to go as well. The Three of Wands is about somebody who is going on a new journey, exploring new aspects, new avenues, becoming the explorer of life again. And I think very soon, you know, once you have the situation behind you, you're already going to feel the beginnings of success, right? Those ships coming in, they might not be here yet, but they are on their way. Yeah, and I always say it's just like one action that you need to take. These people like clutching this Ace of Wands here in order to end the cycle. I mean, the Death card talks about it's a long cycle I'm feeling with Judgment in the Death card. It's not like, oh, I started this job 2 weeks ago and I'm not happy here. It's like, I might be leaving this whole what type of work. I might be leaving a longer term partner. I might be leaving behind a home I've lived in for 10 years. You're dismantling some kind of stable known in order to get to something that is more aligned for you, that feels more authentic for you to create the new. That's what I feel. Let's get a clarifier for the Death card. So with the Death card, it's like the door is closing anyway. Look, you can fight to keep it open because you have free will. You can do that. But I feel like it will be more, continue to be a struggle for you. With the Death card, it's like they say surrender. Surrender to endings that are happening anyway. It's interesting because the moon is the energy here, and the moon can talk about like things are a little bit shadowy, there's undercurrents, it's not really clear, we're in a bit of an illusion. But after the death, what we see is the sun rising here, and the sun is to do with rebirth. It's about shining light in our dark corners. It's clarity. So it feels like we are coming out of an illusion, stepping into truth. And because of that, you know, we will achieve true success, whether that's in love or whether that's in career. You know me, I read these generally, and it's an energetic pattern. It's a pattern, and there's no ultimate truth, and there's no this is absolutely going to happen. There is potentials. So each path holds a different potential, and that's, as a reader, that's what I read. I read the potentials for you. Knight of Wands. Sag, that is your minor arcana generally for me, and it's about moving on to the new frontier quickly, swiftly, in creative fire energy, to manifest the new, to connect with new passions and new purpose. So for me, that's the last indicator of we're not going around for another cycle here. We're going to choose to complete, and the Magician is at the bottom of the deck, the one who steps up, takes action, and is awakening to the fact that, you know what, no one else is coming to rescue us. No one else can change our lives apart from ourselves, right? And you have everything in your power to be able to do that. The limitations that you may think you have can usually be worked out, and often we're putting them in our own way to really, you know, stop ourselves from having to step into the unknown and deal with the messy transition phase. So Saggy, that is your reading, and I hope you enjoyed it and gave you some clarity, guidance, and insight. It is a general reading for the collective. It won't resonate for all of you. It does for those it's meant for. Drop me a comment if you're called to share. I read them all, and I do try to interact with you all over there as well to connect with your energy and see what the collective themes are. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, Sag. That way you'll know when I post new videos. It's also a great way to support my channel, so that is the energy exchange between us, as is when you like, share, and comment on the video. I will see you back here for another one very soon. Do take care. Bye for now.